In a time where more people are leaving California, my family and I have decided to move back to America's finest city, San Diego. We are counting down the days and we're super excited for the move, but why on earth would we move back to a place where the cost of living is one of the highest in the nation? Well, after living in Denver for 6 years and raising my baby girl for the first year of her life in the Mile High City, we have a number of reasons why we want to move back. And I'm gonna go over why we're moving back, the pros and cons of moving back to San Diego, and how I'm mitigating the cons as much as possible. And here's a little foreshadowing. I have an answer to the high cost of living here in Southern California later on in this video, which definitely helps with the decision to move back. And yes, I did say move back, and that's because I was born and raised over in San Diego. I've lived in a bunch of different towns and cities within San Diego, like Mira Mesa, Poway, Encinitas, and North Park. And in 2020, my wife and I decided to move to Denver, where my parents and my brother were living at the time. We wanted to try something new, find a more affordable way of living, and be a little closer to other like-minded investors, and ultimately see what it's like living somewhere else. And because honestly, you don't know what you have until you lose it. And when we were telling people we were leaving, they were saying,
"Oh my goodness, you're making a big mistake."
Or,
"How could you move away from 70 and sunny outside almost every day?"
I don't know, I have free will and I'm a masochist, I guess. I mean, it was a great decision though. I love living in Denver, and at the time of this recording, I'm still living there. There are many things that I saw here in Denver that I did not experience in San Diego. Like, the community is so wonderful and there is tons of support for the local businesses here. Then that's actually how I made my first friends. I started a podcast called Big Locals Podcast. I interviewed local businesses and entrepreneurs and made friends along the way. One thing not many people know is the Cottage Act here in Colorado, which allows Coloradans to sell products from their home without needing a retail license. So yeah, Colorado is very accommodating to local businesses, and during COVID, that was such a blessing to the locals here. And during my time in Denver, I became a real estate agent and related to first-time home buyers, investors, and house hackers who wanted to not just find a home, but make a solid investment on their purchase. And luckily, I know exactly what they were talking about because I was house hacking in San Diego when I first lived there. I bought a duplex with my wife, rented out the other unit, and even rented out a room in our unit as well. Now, it was a struggle being a first-time agent here in the Denver area, where none of my friends or my family that I grew up with were here in the area, so I had to start from scratch with generating leads and having people trust me to be their agent on one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. But nonetheless, I persevered, and I'm having a fun time helping people set up generational wealth through investing in real estate. And so fast forwarding a couple of years, my wife and I had our daughter in 2025. We were ecstatic raising a little one here in Denver, where she can experience the great outdoors, the mountains, and the lovely communities. However, we definitely were missing our extended family and our friends. And on social media, we saw so many people we know and love back in San Diego have kids of their own. And it reminded my wife and I of the life that we had when we were growing up, surrounded by our cousins, our friends, raised by a village, and of course, enjoying the beach together. So we decided to make moves, literally to make San Diego our next home base. And while we were in Denver, rents have gone up, the value of our home has gone up, but we needed to generate a little bit more income to live for free, or as close to free as possible if we were to move back to San Diego. So remember how I said we were initially house hacking back in 2019 when we were first living in San Diego? Well, we kept that home and the rents have increased over time. The tenants have stayed, they've been awesome, and we've been remote managing ever since we were living in Denver. So we still have that property, and now we're just trying to squeeze that property, squeeze it for all its juice that it has at the moment. And what a crazy sentence to say, right? To try to live for free in San Diego. And man, I am truly blessed, but honestly, it's all thanks to the leap of faith that we did by buying a home in a time where people thought we were crazy. And in 2019, all sorts of media was saying,
"We're going to see a crash. You're making a big mistake."
And if I learned anything from investing, investing is that you can't predict anything. I mean, honestly, who knew about COVID? Who knew that COVID would increase home values? And who knew about tariffs or the war in Iran or any presidential elections? You can only work with the resources and the information that you have. If the numbers work in your current situation and the investment strategy, take the leap. And lastly, time in the market beats timing the market every single time. The longer you stay in, the bigger gains you will see. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox here. How are we making living in San Diego more affordable? Well, we're converting our garage into an ADU, officially making our duplex into a triplex. We only just broke ground late April, and we're hoping to have the construction finished by the time we move to San Diego, which is mid-August. So what's the plan for the ADU? Well, we're turning it into a midterm rental. It'll be furnished and ready to go for future traveling nurses, digital nomads, and individuals like that who want to take advantage of a furnished unit with the walkability of the North Park neighborhood. And the plan for the other unit that we're not living in is to make that an Airbnb. And little did I know that San Diego does allow for investment properties to operate as an ADU, and there is a limited amount of licenses, but it looks like we are in the works, and I just got my license not too long ago. And speaking of licenses, super stoked for this. I recently passed my California real estate license exam, and if you have any questions on that as well, leave a comment or shoot me an email found in the description below. I will tell you all about my experience about like getting licensed in California, what I use, the resources, and all that good stuff if you're curious about becoming an agent here. So we are ready to go, to say the least. We're preparing ourselves to live in San Diego for the long haul, and I'm super excited to raise my daughter in America's finest city. So what can you expect with this channel? Well, I'm all about making things affordable for you, whether it's through buying your next home, house hacking, assumable loans, building ADUs, or just straight up investing in the San Diego area. I want to make you money. I personally have lived it. I've experienced it. I've helped dozens of clients. I mean, not even including the hundreds or even thousands of viewers or subscribers on my old channel invest in Denver. But I'm here to reach your goals of home ownership and see a solid return on the long-term play within San Diego. And not only that, but I love doing vlogs. Like, I want you to see the neighborhoods, the towns, even the food, the entertainment through the eyes of someone experiencing it like myself. And I've received a ton of feedback from my viewers on my Invest in Denver channel who loved those in-person walkarounds, the drive-bys of the neighborhoods. So why not give that same experience to my San Diego audience? Super excited for you guys to follow me on this journey, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you're not missing anything. I mean, the real estate and lifestyle here in San Diego is unmatched compared to any other city or even region in the whole nation. And San Diego is a beautiful city, and there's a ton to enjoy and experience here. From the nightlife to museums to the zoo to kid-friendly activities, you'll know everything there is to know about America's finest city. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week.